Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Doom Turtle, the T95. This tank, you either love it or you hate it, and I'm gonna hate it. It's a tank that I've never liked. I don't really know what it's got. Why it's got a great gun. Don't get me wrong. It's got a fantastic gun when you can use it. That's only when you can use it. But other than that, it's either you love the tank or you hate it. And for me, I hate it. It has been buffed recently, or not so recently, but it has been buffed. And the way it's been buffed is it's been given that extra speed boost, which does help the tank for a short period of time. Other than that, it is just so slow. Yes, it is heavily armoured, but back in the day, then yeah, you can put that armour to good use. Now, not so much, because people know how to pen you. They can pen the bottom of your hull, switch to gold, no problem, and they can pen the hatch of yours also, no problem whatsoever. And because you are so slow, it is hard for you to get into certain positions without absolutely getting wrecked. You need your team. If you don't have your team with you, you are screwed. Absolutely screwed. Ignore that shot there. That was me just being plain stupid. Going for the damage with the HE against the waffle, and it just plonked right in front of me. Now, the stat-wise is good on this tank. I mean, it has a 155mm gun. It actually has the exact same gun as the T30. The exact same gun, 155mm 80 gun T7, which is the exact same as the T30. However, the DPM on the T95 is 3050, and the DPM on the T30 is 2675. However, the T30 does have the turret and it has the speed to go with it, so it should drop DPM. Imagine if the T30 had this DPM on the T95. That would be insane. The penetration is really good, 276 if you run it with the rammer, 320 with the APCR, sorry. 640 alpha, again, just like the T30. Now, comparing it also to the WZ111G, that also has a 152mm gun. The penetration is much better at 290, but the DPM is slightly worse than the T30 at 2533. So the DPM is really good on the T95. The rate of fire 4.77, that gives it a 12.59 reload. Now, the caliber, as we've said, 155, and the shell velocity 870. The aim time is pretty good at 2.26. The dispersion is, it's okay at 0.344, but it does only have 5 degrees of gun depression, and the speed is only 16 kilometers an hour. So very low speed. Now, that's really why I don't like it. It's very hard to carry in this tank. we are going to carry here. We're going to win a 1 versus 2. I think it might be a 1 versus 1, but we are up against it's going to be a 1 versus 2, but we're going to take out this IS-7. And we're in a situation now where I'm not going to go and chase a Vickers cruiser. It's just impossible. Luckily for me, he's a one shot, and we've still got 3 minutes left on the clock. So the only thing I can do is wait for this guy to make a mistake and just cap. If I cap, he's the one that's got to make a mistake, where he should have just backed up, reset his camo, and come in from a different direction. So not a bad battle. It was only a first class. We make some credits, 4.5k damage. Now, next battle is a fantastic battle. It is actually number 1 in the Hall of Fame from the NA server, and we have Fury Zing, and he is in the hated clan. He's going to play this brilliantly, and if you have support or if you have protection, hard cover, then you can make this tank work. But if you get caught out just once against any medium or light tank, then that pretty much is game over from you. And as I've said, it's very difficult. I'd prefer if this had 7 degrees or 8 degrees of gun depression. I don't know if it would be too OP, but it might be a little bit better. But with only having 5 degrees of gun depression, that is more important for me than having the speed. That is more important than having the speed. I would prefer to sacrifice the speed boost to give it an extra 2 degrees or even 1 degree extra of gun depression, because you have nothing. So to get those shots off, if you're on a hill, then you have to show the bottom plate. And if you're showing your bottom plate, you're going to get penned. Or if you're in a position where you are hiding your bottom plate, people are still going to be able to shoot the hatch of yours, and you're not going to be able to get your gun down enough to get your shot off them. So you have to back up and relocate, just like he is now. I mean, he's in a position where he can just use that 5 degrees of gun depression, but he is now showing the bottom of his hole if these guys was to look at him. But if they're not going to look at him, or the bottom of the hole, if they can't get the bottom of the hole, sorry, then they will be able to get the hatch. So when you're on a reload, just don't stay still. I mean, it's very hard to move because you're not moving, but remember that the hatch on top is a very weak hatch. And I love what Fury is doing. He's backing up, but he's always making sure he's got the protection. He's always making sure he's got hard cover, and he has the rock to his right, which he is using to hide now from the T54. So for me, the speed is just not enough. The speed is not enough, and I don't even run this tank with the speed boost because it doesn't help too much. I mean, it helps for a little bit, but it doesn't help so much. So I don't even run it with the speed boost because I think it's just pointless, to be honest. But if you can make sure you've got it, you use the tank as it should with hard cover. I mean, the Object 704 there, no problem penning whatsoever, no problem. And if this EXP, I mean, the EXPs are heavy anyway, but if this T54 was to just rush the T95, go behind, then it would have been game over. But he didn't. He decided to back up, and he got absolutely wrecked. Lovely ammo rack there just when he needed it. If he wouldn't have ammo racked the T54, then this would have been a completely different outcome. So that was RNG on his side. And even these two heavies now, if these two heavies just rushed him, one get behind, one get in front, there is not going to be a lot that the T95 can do. One shot from each of these guys, then it would be game over, because at the moment it is a 4 versus 5. Here comes the SU-130. Is he going to switch to HE? Yes, he is. Is he going to get a nice shot off? Not quite. But even now, there's a tank behind him and there's tanks in front of him. Like, use that. Use that to your advantage. I mean, I don't know why these tanks should be coming. The EXP, the E75, the SU, they should all be rushing together, but they're not. They're going to go for the 2 tanks together instead of the 1 tank that is pretty much the slowest tank in the game on his own. And there goes the Object 704. So right now, there is the SU. He's relocated, and again, I don't know why he's relocated. He is full hit points. He's quick enough to get behind the T95, and if he was to get behind the T95, it might only take 1 HE shell from that guy to clear the T95. But right now, it is a 1 versus 2. He donks that shot on the SU, but he's still on 6,400 damage. Now, if these guys actually worked together, then they would easily be able to get the win. And this is what I mean. If you give them time to aim, then they are going to pen you, just like that E75 did now. Now, the E75 should be coming around, waiting for the SU-130 and working together for the win. And it really triggers me when players don't work together. It really does trigger me. But I love what he's doing here. He's backing up. He's going to use the HE. Oh my God, what a lovely time to one-shot a tank. I mean, the RNG for him this game has been insane. An ammo rack on the T54, a one-shot on the SU-130, and now the game looks completely different. He can easily win this game. Just a one-shot E75, but he is also a one-shot. The only advantage he's got over the E75 is the E75 is going to have to actually fully aim in at the weak point. So he's going to have to, unless he gets lucky, he's going to have to actually aim his shot. Where him in the T95 could even just aim, bang, gone, which he is actually going to do. He's actually got time to aim. Oh my God, the E75 low rolls, I mean, the E75 misses. He only leaves this guy on a one-shot. Doesn't completely take him out, but he should just about have him on the reload. What a game. What a nice RNG game for Fury Zing. But nevertheless, a fantastic battle. 8,800 damage. Makes some nice credits as well. And of course, he gets the ace. So the T95, it is either you hate it or you love it kind of tank. For me personally, I hate it, but it has got a great gun. You might love it, so don't take my word on it. You might actually love the tank. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.
With